This is the world's most secured convoy. The thing that is being given security in this is probably more important than the US president. In this convoy, nuclear weapons are being transported from one place to another. If an attack is made on the convoy during transport, as a result, the world's most dangerous weapon can go into the wrong hands, which can not only harm one country, but the whole world. Therefore, no kind of compromise can be made on its security. How does a superpower country like America transport these nuclear weapons? Which vehicles are used in this convoy? And if an attack occurs, how do the federal agents handle it? Hello friends, you are watching Fact Galaxy, where we bring you real and heart-touching stories. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Viewers, there are 12,515 nuclear weapons in the world, 41% of which are owned by the United States of America alone. All these weapons are spread all over the United States. The active weapons are present in the US Air Force, military, and Navy submarines. But thousands of these weapons are in storage mode. That is, these are backup weapons that are spread all over North America. But the question is, why are nuclear weapons kept spread? Nuclear weapons are always spread and hidden in different parts of the country. And this information is very sensitive. This is done so that the enemy does not attack and make them useless. The advantage of keeping it spread is that even if the enemy has to attack, he will not be able to destroy all the nuclear weapons at once. In this way, some nuclear weapons will be saved from the country for self-defense. Now that nuclear weapons are in a safe place, why do they need to be transported from one place to another? The biggest reason for this is maintenance. Just as it is very important to maintain weapons in the military, it is also very important to maintain nuclear weapons. Obviously, there is no time for war, and neither are weapons used all the time. That's why their mechanical parts get rusty. In addition to this, it is also very important to keep an eye on the health of plutonium or uranium in nuclear weapons, so that when the time comes to use them, they do not work. Looking at all these things, nuclear weapons are installed at strategic locations, but their maintenance is done in a facility that is present at a central location. In the case of the USA, for the security and maintenance of all their nuclear weapons, a separate federal agency is present under the name of the National Nuclear Security Administration. There may be other reasons to remove nuclear weapons from strategic locations, such as security concerns. That is, if the intelligence agency finds out that the location of the nuclear weapons has been leaked, they are immediately removed from there. The areas where nuclear weapons are placed, their security is so strict and perfect that it is not even possible to wander around these areas without permission. But when they have to shift from one place to another, then in a moment, this weapon, which destroys the entire city, is passed through the same roads that everyone uses daily. As long as it is hidden in a remote location, then it is fine. But when it comes to the road, its security becomes very complicated. To face this challenge, the US government has created an entire agency whose job is to secure nuclear weapons. This military convoy that you are seeing is usually used in the USA to transport nuclear weapons from one place to another. It doesn't look like such a big convoy as a VIP security convoy, but in reality it is so secure that an ordinary person can't even think of such security. The number of vehicles in this convoy can be different because it depends on how big the nuclear weapon is and where it will go. There are police cars in front and behind this convoy whose job is to pass the convoy without stopping from the busy roads. All the cars in the middle of these police cars are the real convoy. Most of the cars in them run together at a special distance and on a special site, which is called Bearcat. Calling them bulletproof will be like insulting them in their glory, because they are much more secure than that. There are 4 to 6 federal agents in each of these cars whose job is to protect the convoy from attack and counterattack at the same time. You can see holes in these cars, with the help of which the agents can fire from the inside without coming out. These agents are not ordinary people, but trained commandos who have handguns, shotguns, and assault rifles, as well as hundreds of thousands of rounds. If things don't work out, there's an automatic machine gun on top of the bunker. But all these weapons are only used in case of danger, if a nuclear weapon truck is attacked. During normal transport operations, these agents keep an eye on every little thing and share it with each other. All the convoy vehicles are connected to each other via radio. this radio communication is on 3 separate channels. On one channel, all these armored vehicles contact and coordinate with each other in the event of an attack. On the other channel, the armored agents take updates from the other vehicles of their convoy. According to the SACP, there should be at least 7 armored vehicles in the nuclear convoy with 5 trucks and the other 2 1 kilometer ahead. After every few minutes, the commander in the main convoy finds out about the situation from the 2 armored vehicles in front. The purpose of dividing communication into separate channels is that if the attackers jam a radio frequency or if there is a problem with the main convoy, then the 2 vehicles ahead can use their separate channels to call for help. In addition, this entire convoy is also connected to an emergency control center on a 3rd channel. The staff of the control center's job is to track the location of the convoy in the event of an emergency and arrange a backup force to help immediately. If ever this happens, then the extra force sent by the control center will contact the agents of the convoy under a special SACE. Then, whether this extra force is from the police or the military, the control center will tell both the forces through a separate code word called the encrypted radio link. When the time comes, the 2 forces will not trust each other until the secret code given to them matches. This is only done so that no attacker can become a fake police officer and get access to the nuclear weapon. It is only one of those countless SOPs, while agents have different SOPs to deal with every situation. The truck in the middle of this mess is not an ordinary truck, because this is all security for it. This truck is fully customized to transport nuclear weapons. That is, it is designed specifically for this purpose. The truck's body is made of hard steel, on which ordinary tools do not work. Neither can it be cut with a grinder, nor does the drilling machine work on it, nor can its body crack in an accident. If it is also put in fire, then its body can keep the nuclear weapon inside safe for several hours. If we talk about the driver's cabin, it is bullet and bomb-proof and its doors can only be opened from the inside, no matter what. The strength of the truck is a loss where it is protected from attackers. Its weight is much more than a normal truck, equivalent to 25,000 kg. This is why this truck cannot run very fast in the event of an attack, nor can it take sharp turns. But there is another security feature hidden behind this weakness. If the attackers somehow capture the truck and try to take it away from here, then the explosives on the truck's axle will explode, which will separate the truck from the wheel and fall to the ground. Now, because it weighs a lot, it will not be possible to pull it without wheels. As for the nuclear weapon inside the truck, the access to opening its container is not even available to the convoy agents themselves. It has electronic locks on it, whose electric keys are only with the National Nuclear Security Administration. Anyway, even if someone forcibly reaches the cargo of the truck, their reception inside the container will be done by an automatic spray gun. This is a very thick and sticky spray. When it falls on anyone, its adhesive material does not allow the person to walk easily. Its movements are restricted. If there is anyone left in the container, it will immediately feel an electric shock, whose voltage is 6 times more than the electricity that comes to the house. And yes, let me tell you that 2 helicopters of the US military are watching all these convoys at all times. When the fuel of the helicopter starts running low, the first 2 helicopters replace them, and then they can leave their position. There is a separate backup force inside these helicopters, and they are also ready to cross all limits to save the nuclear weapon. Because of all these security features, the world's most dangerous weapon cannot go to wrong hands from at least the USA. In the history of America, nuclear weapons have been transported thousands of times, but not a single convoy has been attacked. Once again, I request you to subscribe to the channel and share the video with other people so that the reach of our channel increases and we get the motivation to make more such videos. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care of yourself.